Hi guys and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. I am so late with my Halloween tutorials, I'm so sorry. They were totally up on my Instagram, but I completely forgot and ran out of time to post them on here, so here they finally are. It's a little bit late, but let's just go in with it. I'm using a green face paint. This is actually a cream formula, mainly because I just had it and want to try it out, and I actually quite liked it. It sprayed out quite well, covered quite well as well. So only problem was I did find these cream paints were not transfer proof. They actually transferred so badly, so make sure you definitely set them down super well later on. I do also recommend if you're actually going to wear this look, make sure you do it with like someone else so they can get the back of your neck and everything. I was just doing it for video, but you can totally see like parts of me that are not covered in green. For a highlight, I'm actually using a yellow just because I really wanted that bright highlighted effect, but you could totally just go in with a lighter version of a green. But I wanted to really throw it out there with a cool combination of colors. Now this part's actually really important because everything creases with cream paint, so just set down with a translucent powder really well, and also make sure it is a translucent powder because if you do use a skin toned powder, it's gonna come off a little bit weird. I also felt like Patrick Star doing this. It was very fancy and cool. I'm using a very dark shade of brown to fill in my eyebrows. I wasn't quite black, but it definitely wasn't my shade that I usually would use. I just wanted to do a little bit more defined, kind of like the Wicked Witch from like Wizard of Oz, but not quite. Taking the James Charles Morphe palette, I'm going with the darker shade of green for our contour shade. I'm carving out my cheekbones, my nose, closer around my nose to my eye area, I don't even know what it's called, and also my cheekbones, not my cheekbones, what are they called? On my chin area. Just so it was super snatched. I wanted to be a pretty thin, defined witch that was still happy. Just take your time with the blending of this because cream paints and powders don't always mix. And I actually took the yellow shade for the palette and highlighted with that just to re-enhance or reinforce the yellow shade we used earlier. And again, I'm actually doing the same contouring trick with my collarbones just to enhance the look of the collarbones, bring them forward and also deepen the areas that I wanted to retract. Taking the Zulu palette by Dubious Place, I am taking the green sparkly shade as my highlight. I wanted a highlight, but obviously like your traditional champagne shade probably really wasn't going to cut it for this particular look. Now I'm taking the Cami Cross Revolution Beauty. Oh, this palette was super pretty. I actually loved it. I'm taking a mix of the dark greens, sort of blending that into my crease area really well, sort of buffing it out. I did actually create like a V, like a wing shape look as well, which I absolutely loved in my eye shape. But then I went in with like the darker shade. It's almost a black. I would say it's like a really dark navy green black, and sort of really enhance the shape of the eye look I was going for. Taking a sparkly green shade on the outer, and then I actually took a lighter version of that green shade from the palette and put that in the inner. There wasn't a huge difference between the shades, but I just knew there was, so I thought I'd mention it. They're both really pretty. Super pretty. Now I'm taking this like foiled metallic gold. I don't even know what the formula is called, but it's like chunky monkey goodness. It's really pretty, but you do have to watch it because it does flake off a little bit. Blacken the waterline to make it look a bit more cohesive rather than like black versus like stark nude. False eyelashes. And then I'm actually doing a little bit extra. I'm sort of creating like witchy marks. I don't really think they're witchy. I just created like little shapes of like stars and moons and bats, and I did like little faux freckles because obviously they're not real on here, especially because they're black. But as you can see, I've done quite a lot over my face, and I think it's really cute. But I also did some like inspiration from like the Mummy and what's it called, that girl from Suicide Squad, the evil witch from it, Enchantress. I did some vibes of her as well. And then I chucked on a black lipstick. This is from Fenty Beauty because they're my favorite formulas, and I absolutely loved how this went so much. So I hope you like this Halloween look. I know it's super late, but I hope you all have a beautiful day, night, or wherever you are, guys. Bye.